Welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Hey, do you have any of your drawings on your refrigerator? What is keeping your drawing in place up there? Do you know what it's called? Yep, it's probably a magnet, right? Have you ever played with magnets before? Do you have any toys that use magnets inside of them? What happens when you bring two magnets together? Well, a couple of things can happen. Sometimes they snap together, right? Click. But sometimes they do something else, don't they? Do you know what it is? Right. They try to stay apart. No matter how much you try to push them together, as soon as you let go, they pull away from each other. Have you ever wondered how magnets work? Well, magnets are really cool because they can pull things toward them without even touching. That invisible pulling power comes from something called a magnetic field. It's like an invisible bubble around the magnet where the magnet can reach out and grab or push certain things. You can't see the magnetic field, but it's there, doing all the work. Can you think of something else that we can't see but we know it's there? What about air? Isn't that cool that there are things that can actually be invisible in real life? Magnetic fields are one of those invisible things. But do magnets pull everything? Nope, they only work on certain kinds of materials, especially metals like iron, nickel, and cobalt. Can you say iron, nickel, and cobalt? If you try to stick a magnet to a wooden spoon or a plastic toy, does anything happen? Nope. But try it on a paperclip or on the refrigerator. What happens? Yep. Click. Okay, I have another question though. Why do sometimes magnets snap together and sometimes they pull apart? What's up with that? Well, magnets have two ends called the North Pole and the South Pole, and here's where it gets really fun. If you bring a North Pole and a South Pole together, they attract. That means they pull towards each other. Opposites attract. Click. But if you try to put two North Poles or two South Poles together, they repel. That means they push away from each other. Like they're saying, "No thanks, I don't want to be near you." But why does this happen? Well, it's because inside magnets, tiny things called electrons are spinning in a special way. In most objects, those spins are all jumbled up. Can you shake your body in a really silly way right now? Yeah, that's how electrons usually move around. But in magnets, lots of electrons spin in the same direction, and that creates a magnetic field. Can you run in a circle? That's how electrons move in a magnet. And when all those spins are brought close to each other, they snap together or pull away, depending which direction the electrons are moving. And get this, Earth itself is a giant magnet. That's why a compass needle always points north. It's reacting to the Earth's magnetic field. Have you ever seen a compass and noticed how it's always pointing north? So the next time you pick up a magnet, remember, it's not just sticking to your fridge, it's using invisible forces and tiny spinning electrons to do it. Let's play true or false. I'll say a fact and you tell me if it's true or false. True or false? Magnets can attract wood. False. Mostly metals. True or false? The Earth is like a giant magnet. That's true. True or false? Opposite poles of a magnet pull away from each other. Nope, that's false. Opposites attract. One more. True or false? Magnets have invisible fields around them. That's true. They have a magnetic field. Okay, let's have a quick quiz. What are the ends of a magnet called? Are they the left and right poles, the north and south poles, or the hot and cold poles? That's right, they're the north and south poles. What happens when you put two of the same poles together? Do they disappear? Do they stick together? Or do they push away? They push away. Here's a question for you. If you were a giant magnet, what would you want to stick to? Okay, imagine this. What if there was a room with 1,000,000 paper clips on the ground? Now imagine that you are a huge magnet and you walk into the room. Suddenly, all those paper clips are snapping onto you. Depending on how big your magnetic field is, they might fly up from the floor on the other side of the room. So the next time you see a magnet, remember, there's a whole invisible force at play. Pulling, pushing, attracting, and repelling. It's like a tiny superhero with a power you can't see, but can definitely feel. What kind of question do you think we'll ask tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day? Well, until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. I'll see you tomorrow. And for all the grown-ups listening, please visit CuriousKidsEveryday.com to get a free printable with activity ideas that don't involve screens. Those are the best kinds of adventures to have. That's CuriousKidsEveryday.com.